Good evening, everybody. We're going to get started. I'm so sorry you got subjected to my Afrikaans playlist. But what is a presentation without some music, right? So my name is Sherry Marks. I have been with MTI for, almost a year now. So I kind of started when the company started, and it's been an absolute phenomenal experience. So tonight we're very excited to be sharing our business opportunity with you. We're also going to be doing a short Q&A afterwards, and then some MLM startup training for those of you that need a little bit of help getting started. So it gives me great pleasure always to introduce CD to you guys. I'm not too sure if you can hear me, CD. How's your sound over there, girl?
Perfect. I can hear you.
I can hear you. Okay, guys, this is CD Ramanamane. And I'm getting this right. Sorry, I just had to explain to Clinton to switch his phone off. Otherwise, we got a lot of, and as it is, that's a difficult surname to say. This woman is powerful. She is amazing beyond words. And I'm watching her grow from strength to strength in this organization. And it is such an honor to be able to work with her and hear what she has to say. She is the best of the best. And I'm going to leave everything up to her. Give it up for my friend and leader, Tidi.
Wow, thank you so much, Sherry. It's always a pleasure to share this platform with you, and to the rest of the leaders who are here with us, we really honor you and we appreciate you. Sherry, I like the way now how you introduced me, okay? You've got it right, eh? My surname is Ramanamane, and I'm just a village girl from Excelsior in the Free State. So I'm just here to make a living. You know, I moved to Johannesburg because I wanted to change my life. But the best thing that has ever happened to me was to come across MTI 2 months ago. So basically, I'm 2 months old in the business. And now you understand why I'm going at the fast pace that I've decided to take, because I'm in arrears, guys. I mean, why didn't I know about MTI April last year? So I have some catching up to do. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna just do a company overview on MTI, all right? And MTI, it means Mirror Trading International. That's what it stands for. The company was established a year ago, 2019 April, so we are about to celebrate a year in existence. Our CEO is Mr. Johan Steinberg. He is a gentleman from Limpopo. I mean, from Polokwane here in South Africa, and yes, and he came up with this vision. He came up with this company, and we are just excited to be part of the deal. Okay, I am also an independent affiliate, of MTI. So we are just excited. Now, I just want to share the objective of MTI, because most of us, we are here tonight. We are locked on this presentation because we want to understand where is MTI taking us, all right? The objective of MTI, ladies and gentlemen, is to grow your Bitcoins, all right? For those who believe in the power of cryptocurrencies, we are at the right place at the right time, because with MTI, the whole objective of the company is to grow your Bitcoins. And how do they do that? They trade the Forex market using Bitcoin as a base currency, okay? You know, for some of us, probably I'll be speaking a bit of high English, talking about the base currency, because we are not Forex traders. What I'm trying to tell you is that we use Bitcoin as money in, and even when you have to withdraw your money from the system, you will be using Bitcoins, all right? Now, some people would say to me, but TD, it's so risky. Look at the financial markets at the moment, but understand one thing. Trading Forex is the most beautiful thing you can ever do. Learning it is another story, okay? So here with MTI, we come as we are with our own Bitcoins. We don't need any trading experience. We don't need any trading background, okay? We don't need to recruit anybody, and the system is doing the best to trade the financial markets on our behalf, whether the markets are going high, whether they are going down. We are milking the markets. That's how the Forex traders normally say it, all right? Now, the company has been so consistent, when you talk about their results, and especially what touches my heart is their transparency, okay? So for those who are already members, you know, even when you log into your system, you can even see the total Bitcoin, you know, that is in holding because of this community. So everything is out there. We are transparent. The company is doing whatever it takes to communicate with us. And what I love about our CEO is that, you know, he's an entrepreneur, right? In terms of change, he is not scared. He adapts. That's the other thing, because that helps us to understand this, the sense of being, you know, or knowing that we have something that can, at least a company that can adapt to changes, especially in this tough economic times, all right? So when I explain the objective of MTI, I'm actually trying to even say to you, this is our product, Forex market. You know, we trade Forex market as MTI. We use Bitcoin as a base currency. We use a software, okay? And this is a very, very highly sophisticated software that we use. And that is what is helping us to trade the financial market. So just come as you are, okay? And now, as I said earlier, I was talking about a community. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are a community here, all right? Number one, I'm gonna just explain the members, you know, in this community. Number one is MTI. You see, MTI is a business model that Johann Steinberg came up with, okay? And he had to set up offices. He had to put in this business model. You know, we always come up with a business plan. It has to be implemented, and the whole execution, that is the baby of MTI. So they form part of this community, all right? And they provide us support as well. And then we have traders. Remember I said we trade the Forex market using the software. Now they form part of the community. We also have us as investors, okay, ladies and gentlemen? So we are just a happy community who have decided to bring forth their strengths and capabilities and resources together, and we decide to share the profits at the end of the day, okay? And now let's see how we really make money in MTI. We know we do it through Forex trading. We know we make profits daily, but now, because when you become part of this community, you don't pay any joining fee, you don't pay any whatever baptism fee you want to call it, all right? All you do to be part of us, you just have to have a trading account with us. You have to open up an account with MTI. The person who invited you, especially here, you know, to be with us tonight, they will definitely give you a link. You open your own MTI account and you fund your account without paying any registration fees whatsoever, okay? Now, this is what will happen. Every end evening, when the trades have been executed and they put the profit on the table, us as a community, we share this profit. Let me show you how we share this profit. MTI, remember, they provide us with a support service. Remember, they also, you know, pay us what we call referral bonuses, because we are busy telling our friends and families about this, right? So when they put the profit on the table, end of every business, you know, trading day, MTI takes 10% of the profit, and the software, meaning the traders, because of their software, they take 25% of the profit. And then us as the investors, we take in 40% of the profits. We share 40% amongst us as investors. And then we are left with a cool 25%. Now, this 25%, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually meant for people like myself, people like Sherry, people who believed in the system, and we started sharing it with other people. And so the 25% is allocated for what we call referral marketing bonuses, okay? So why am I telling you this? Because most companies, especially where people are involved, we realize that there's joining fees, there's whatever, so that when people join, we can pay existing members. It's not a case with MTI. In MTI, whatever bonus, whatever profits, whatever bonus or commission we get, we divide it amongst ourselves as community members in this holding, okay? So I just wanted to bring this to the table so that everybody can understand, because I think it qualifies us to say how sustainable is going to be this company in the long run. If a company can pay its members and commissions or whatever from profit, then we know we are in the right place at the right time. Okay, and the next thing I want to talk to you about is probably some of you, you know, we're asking, this is an online business, so we're seeing this village girl on the screen. What's going to happen, guys? Our head offices are based in Randburg in Johannesburg, okay? And we've got one support office in the Western Cape in Stellenbosch. And the excitement is this. I think, this morning, I think we hit over 23 members in this community. I mean, on Tuesday, we were like below 22,000, and it's Thursday today, we are over 23,000. We are growing, and we really want to appreciate each and every member who is really talking good about us, because you see, when people come to join us, it means they've had some good news about it. So we are very, very excited. Now let's talk about the whole Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. Why are we using Bitcoin as a base currency? Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin, okay, what is Bitcoin? That is the other question. Other people I've heard on my social media platforms, they've been saying we've been scammed by Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this straight. Bitcoin is a digital currency, okay? You can use it to transact, but at the moment, the government classified it as an asset, okay? So what I'm trying to say is Bitcoin is real. Bitcoin is something that you can buy the same way you buy shares and whatever from stock exchanges. If you want to buy Bitcoin, let us help you so that we can help you buy it from the local exchanges, okay? That's where you buy your Bitcoin. You can't walk into the bank, you can't walk into the shop and say, I'm here to buy Bitcoin. You buy it from local exchanges, you can do so, okay? Or international exchanges. Now, why did we choose Bitcoin? Why did MTI choose Bitcoin as a base currency? Simple. We wanted to go international, okay? And what was the best way, the fastest way to transact and to be able to do business? First thing first, Bitcoin, all right? Because anybody can access their phones or computers or anything, and they can be able to send back and forth their Bitcoins without headache, without high fees, okay? So that is the reason for Bitcoin. And the nice thing about us in South Africa, I know we are international, you know, regulations are all over, but in South Africa at the moment, Bitcoin is still not yet regarded as a legal tender, all right? So, I mean, for us, that is the whole reason why we use Bitcoin. And it helps us even to be, you know, to get a certificate to be exempted from obtaining the FSP license. Does it make sense? Because most people will be asking, are you guys affiliated with the Financial Services Board? No, we are not using fiat currency. We are using Bitcoin. And at the moment, there are no regulations when it comes to Bitcoin. So we don't have to have a license to be doing what we are doing. Okay, that summarizes why we are using Bitcoin. Because at the end of the day, Bitcoin is the future. Whether you buy it now or tomorrow, Bitcoin will still be here. Let's make peace with it. Now, the next thing I want to share with you is, Sidi, you spoke so much about the objective of MTI. You spoke everything about your consistency in the game for the past months in existence, but who's leading you? Okay, right now you're looking at a team of powerful leaders who forms part of this team. I normally call them the oxygen of the team, because really I'm just 2 months old in the business. So somebody somewhere taught me one thing or two, okay? And we have Clinton and Sherry Marks. These are wonderful leaders in South Africa. They are holding it up tight for us in our team. And yeah, they're doing so much for us, and we really appreciate them. We're looking at the Santiago family in the USA, Scott Smith as well. You know, I normally join this gentlemen, you know, their Zoom meetings. Even today they had one. And these are phenomenal leaders who understand what is it to serve others. Okay, we have Rich Simmons, we have Russell, we have my favorite guy, Ignatius. Man, you're gonna hear this gentleman's stories one way or the other. I just can't wait for the lockdown to be over, because I'm an African, you know, we believe in face-to-face contracts, not online contracts. So I'm just excited that the lockdown will be finished soon. We can meet these wonderful leaders because a team is only as strong as its leadership. Take it or leave it. Okay, now let's discuss our results because you are here tonight. You need to understand if this thing will benefit you. You want to understand if this thing is working. Trust me, I'm 2 months in the game, effectively working the business for a month. And for me to have the guts, for me to have the energy and put up a smile and put up my makeup every evening, Tuesdays and Thursdays, to be talking about this, it tells you something. You know, when I met, when my friend introduced me to this business, trust me, I was not just broken emotionally. My pockets were, I don't even want to say, where I was broke in all areas of life. I don't want to talk about finance, but look what MTI is doing. You know, when a girl can decide to put on makeup 7 o'clock at night, you need to understand something good is happening in her life. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at our results. You can see on the 2nd of March, remember we said we share and profit amongst us as community members every day. Look at our results for the 2nd of February. We made 0.7% that day and we distributed it amongst ourselves. And for members, each member's investment, you know, made 0.3%, and the binary commissions and P1 and P2, that is the portion that MTI pays for people who are taking part in the referral marketing part, all right? And then the trading, they take 25% of the profit, and for their software, MTI to be able to give us support and as well pay referral commissions. They take 10%, which was 0.075. Now, we can look at them from the 2nd, the 3rd, you can see all positive, right? But let's talk about the averages. You know, some of the people, when they decide to be part of MTI, some, you know, they, like we say, the minimum is $100 US, okay? But trust me, I've got guys who believes in Bitcoin. And they've always had Bitcoin somewhere in their wallets. And when they heard about MTI, they just brought their Bitcoins in MTI so that MTI can trade for them. And I mean, for the past 2 days in my team, we are just reviewing our trading results. I think I'm just having a happy team looking at the results, because here are our averages, okay? When you look a day, we are averaging round about 0.5% growth of our Bitcoin, all right? And in a month, that is anything between 9 and 12%, okay? Why am I telling you about these averages? Because these are facts. This is history. This is what MTI has achieved, you know, in the past 5 months in existence. You know, we have been averaging these numbers that I'm giving you, all right? But the question is, TD, is anything guaranteed? Listen, MTI, we are not guaranteeing you that if we make 10% now, this month we'll make 10% next month. No. Why? Because we are trading the financial market, and the climate is, you know, the climate is always changing there. We don't know what to expect the following day, but all I can tell you is our software has been doing wonders, and we really appreciate the fact that we are still here. We are still making our clients, our investors, the happy people, and our results speak for themselves. I mean, it only makes sense why on Tuesday we can be 22,000 members, and all of a sudden Thursday morning we wake up, we are over 23,000 members. All I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, talking is cheap. Just put us to the test and see what this company can do for your Bitcoin, so that you are ready for the next Bitcoin halving, which is coming up now next month, okay? And we know history. The past 2 halving that we had for Bitcoin, you know, the price went crazy. We are just sitting here and excited because MTI is growing our Bitcoins to say how our halving is gonna look like in 2020. So if you are excited like me, I just wanna hand over to Sherry, and so that Sherry can just share, you know, some of the things about MTI that I probably left out as I'm a presenter in training, but most importantly, for those who would like to be part of the referral marketing program, how to go about it. Sherry, thank you
Hi.
so much.
What do you mean I
Take it
didn't
over.
have to add? That was brilliant. Fantastic. And we're narrowing it down on time. We're actually getting this right down to a T. So thank you so much. I think that was an excellent job, and I personally couldn't have done it any better. And like I said, I say this every single time I present with TV. She's definitely not in training. I'm actually learning from her, but it is so exciting to watch someone else dissect the business and look at it from a really effective network marketing leader's perspective, and then coming up with such a brilliant nuggets of information. You know, when this woman opens her mouth, you really need to be listening. So unfortunately, TD's done for the night, so you're stuck with me for a little bit now. And I like to always start off just by saying, yes, everything TD has told you is 100% absolutely true. But what I love about MTI are the following things, right? The first one is your Bitcoin is only touched when it is traded. We are not using Peter's money to pay Paul. And I think this is very important. You know, I get recruited for network marketing companies all the time. And as much as it annoys me, I also find it very informative, because there's a lot of network marketing companies out there that are calling themselves MLMs, but you are reliant on new members joining. And that to me is a flawed system. You need to have a system that is not reliant on membership, and where your capital or recruits or sales doesn't drive the growth of the company, which is what we have with MTI. We don't need new members to join. All the payouts that are done from profits generated in trade for that week. I was actually on a Zoom call this morning with a fantastic international leader from Ghana. In fact, this guy is my mentor in network marketing. Pretty much everything that I've learned in terms of leadership, I've learned from him. And while we were standing talking to him, we were talking about incentives for the teams and that kind of stuff. And Johan was on the call as well, our CEO, and he was saying, you know what, that every single cent in MTI in terms of profit gets paid out every week. Every single cent. So the 100% of the profits that were generated, 40% goes into your account, 25% goes back to the traders, 5% pays out proportion in leadership bonus, 20% goes to the binary, which gets paid weekly, and then the 10% goes to MTI, which the directors of MTI and the CEO tops up when they need to implement new systems. Like when we just implemented our new server, I know that our owners had to pay close to, I think it was $8,000 each in order to get that company server upgraded. So every single cent in profit gets paid out. No breakage, nothing gets left behind. And I love that. The new members are not necessary for current members to earn from trades or network. I think this is very important. If you are new to MTI, please don't feel any pressure to sign up. You know, if there's one thing that I've learned in network marketing is that I don't have to pressure anybody or fight anybody for their success anymore. You've got to want it for yourself. And whether you join or not is irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant to your upline. Yes, they're going to make a 10% referral fee, but at the end of the day, they're still going to be earning their daily trades, whether you sign up or not. And I think I always say to our members, our guests, feel welcome, but don't feel like we need you. It's a good space to be in because our company doesn't need new members to grow. Bitcoin is generated through trading and not through recruiting. So you see, this is the thing. I was recruited for this business where they said to me, I must put in 0.2 Bitcoin, and then I must find 2 people to put 0.2 Bitcoin, and then I get 0.4 Bitcoin. And I said to him, well, where does the Bitcoin come from? And he said, well, from the new people joining. And I went, oh, that's not a sustainable system. If you are using new recruits' money to pay the person that recruited them, you have got a flawed system. I've been there, I've done that, I've got the t-shirt, and I'm never going back to a system like that. So what I love about MTI is that all the Bitcoin is generated from the trading. It's generated from within. And the results of that trading is transparent and available to anybody who wants to see it. Your daily trading profit is automatically compounded every day. You don't have to go into your back office. We have members that spend a lot of time in their back office, guys. That's not where the money is. The money is out in the field. But if you do go into your back office, you'll see that your daily trading profit gets added onto your capital every day for you. Now, when can you withdraw? Well, you can withdraw whenever you please. In fact, you can draw on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you like. The process is seamless. It's easy. There's no red tape. And this is the other thing. You know, lots of network marketing companies, lots of Bitcoin opportunities, lots of trading companies will say to you, this is what we can give you. And as soon as you try to withdraw, you are just bombarded with so much red tape and in the hopes of people just giving up and the money staying in the company. So the fact that we have a seamless withdrawal process and the fact that that hasn't been hampered ever in the year that we've been with the company, I think that's something to be remembered. There's no earning limit on trades. So you are not limited to 10% a month or 12% a month or 8% a month. The sky is the limit. But what we are striving for, and I know this is something that Johan takes very seriously as well, is consistency. It was number one, the thing that we wanted to achieve when we started with this company from day one is consistency. And although we do an average of 0.5%, it is very possible that we will go to 0.7 one day or 0.2 the other day. It is the trading markets, guys. You're never going to get a solid percentage every day. And if a company is promising you that, I'd say run for the hills, because that is physically impossible in the trading market, especially with what's happening in the world of economics at the moment. So let's go into the network marketing side of things very quickly. And I want to be very, very clear about this. And you might not want to agree with me, and that's okay. Network marketing isn't for everybody, but it should be. And to give you a very brief background, I started my first network marketing company 7 years ago. And at that stage, I was literally living on my mom's porch. I had just gone through a really messy, horrible divorce, and I had these 2 mouths to feed. I didn't know what I was going to do. And then I joined a network marketing company against my will. In fact, the person that signed me up paid for me. So that person was Clinton. And we took the whole upline, downline thing to a whole new level. But at the end of the day, that changed my life. 6 months later, I was in my own place with my children. I was able to get a new car. Now I stay in a home that I own. I own my car. I don't have any monthly expenses. My children are taken care of. And I never knew that life could look like this. So when people come to me with skepticism about network marketing, I sort of literally just shut down, because I have experienced it firsthand. Now, let me tell you something. It doesn't come easy. You've got to give it a little bit of attention. But if you're here to make a quick buck, you know what? You can probably do that with the trading. Sign up, trade, let them trade for you and just get your money every single day. But if you truly want to matter, and if you truly want to create a sustainable income that is built from one of the most successful marketing systems in the world, then you need to give it a little bit of attention. And we're going to chat about that in the training tonight after this call if you want to stay on for that. So this is what our network marketing strategy looks like. First off, when you enroll somebody, you personally refer them to the organization. So they enroll with your link, then you earn this 10% referral fee. I have heard so many sob stories about cash flow, and guys, I don't want to hear it. If you need cash flow, start recruiting for MTI. It is one of the easiest companies I've ever recruited for. It's one of the easiest companies that I've been able to duplicate myself in terms of leadership in my organization. And with very little effort or work, I've been able to grow a massive organization of close to 6,500 members. And I personally have only referred 4. So that referral fee, you get paid that a week in arrears, 10% of whatever your personal invested. So let's say I sign up Clinton, he puts up $10,000. I then earn $1,000 in Bitcoin a week after he's joined, straight into my account, and I can then sell that Bitcoin and transfer it out and use it for as I please. Or I can put it back into my capital to trade for me. So if you're looking for cash flow, the best way to do that is to recruit. Don't tell me you can't. Do you think a doctor just walks into Groote Schuur Hospital and says scalpel and starts cutting? No, they're going to learn. It's a new skill, and you need to be willing to learn new skills. Not a difficult thing to learn. All of you have 2 ears and a mouth, and if you use it proportionally, it's not a difficult thing to master. So if you look at the binary income side of it, this is where the magic happens. Binary systems are magic. If you are in a network marketing company, and please, I'm not bashing anyone, I'm just saying if you're in a company that doesn't have a binary, you need to get out like yesterday. It is severely outdated. Binary systems are network marketing compensation plans of the new millennium, right? It's an exciting way to earn with people, grow with them. And in a system where everybody does a little and together we earn a lot, it is so clever. It's brilliant how this has been put together. So this is how the binary system works, right? 20% of the profits that were generated last week in trade gets taken and allocated to the binary income for all the people in the binary, right? So effectively, everybody in the company gets a space in the binary. However, in order for you to qualify for binary earnings, you need to refer 2 people. Those people need to have a minimum of $100 in their account, and you need to have a minimum of $100 in your account worth of Bitcoin, right? So always do a little bit more than $100, because quite frankly, if the Bitcoin dollar dips, then Bitcoin price dips, then you could be under that qualification level, right? So I always tell my team $200. Okay, it's just safe. You qualify for all the leadership bonuses. And I mean, that's not life-changing money. Everybody can get their hands on $200. So the binary income works like this. Jack signs up, and then he signs up Peter. He puts Peter on his left leg. Now he signs you up, you go onto his right leg. Now, when he signs up his third person, in this case, it's Mark, he cannot grow a third leg. So Mark gets placed under you. Now, Jack is still going to get that 10% referral fee next week, but Mark's volume will now be taken into account when your binary calculation is made at the end of the week. It's important to know that Mark doesn't qualify you for binary. You need to commit and produce 2 people into that binary in order for you to benefit from it. So this isn't a system where you can just let everybody else do the work and you sort of have the money coming in. You've got to give it a bit of attention. Now, this system grows organically. People get placed left and right leg, and the volumes on both your legs of what their cumulative volume value are of what they've put in gets added up at the end of every week. Now, what's great to know is that this volume doesn't zero out. A lot of network marketing companies, you are selling a truckload of product, and next month you've got to start again. Here, you're earning from that volume every week. Guys, this is mind-blowing. And if I didn't experience it myself, I would have been skeptical, to be quite honest. But if you take the volume on your left leg, in this example, it's $200, and the volume on your right leg, which is $500, and I'm using dollar values, but in fact, we work with Bitcoin values, right? This is just to quantify it a little bit for people, right? So you've got 200 in this example and 500 on the 2 legs respectively. Then they work out what percentage your weaker leg is of the 20% the company made in profit the week before. So in this example, let's say the company made $10,000 for that 20% profit. Your contribution, weaker leg contribution was $200. They work out the percentage. In this case, it's 0.02%, and then you earn that for this week of your weaker leg volume. Now, it's important to realize that, yes, this mathematics is difficult, but it's because obviously the trading volume differs. So the value of that 20% differs every single week. Your weaker leg volume is going to differ every week. Hopefully it's going to go up the way it should. And then that obviously changes the percentages. But every single week consistently, my experience has been that my income has gone up because my weaker leg has grown and because the profit margin for the company has grown. So it's all about building your weaker leg and making sure that you get a bigger pie of that 20% binary payout for the profits that were generated the week before. So it gets very exciting when you start looking at the possibilities. And I was saying to Clinton, I'm actually like looking at my organization, and we've stagnated a little bit. You know, I've got 100 Bitcoin in my weaker leg, but I've signed up 4 people, effectively 6, because 2 of the 4 were my daughters, and I helped them to get binary qualified. But I've got an organization of close to 6,500 people, if not more than that. And it's because of the power of this binary structure. If you are not building a binary, you need to relook your intentions with network marketing. And then there's obviously the future. How big do you think we can grow this? And note that I'm not asking for your opinion on MTI. I'm not asking for what you think of the comp plan. In fact, I'm not asking what people think of the trades either. I'm just asking, how big do you think we will grow this with or without you? Well, we've gotten to 23,000 members effectively since August last year. And we're now effectively growing by 1,000 members every 2 days. I reckon that we'll probably hit 100,000 members by the end of the year. Now with some of these massive leaders from Ghana, West Africa, East Africa coming in to join us, I mean, the sky is the limit. And how much of that pie could be yours? Well, nothing if you're not in it. But if you're in the organization, you make the daily trades anyway, you might as well see what's going to happen, right? You might as well give it a push, because what have you got to lose? So in this sense, the binary for me was absolutely amazing. Now, what happened a couple of months ago is we were looking at performance incentives, and we were looking at ways to inspire our leaders, because this essentially was a very trading focused onset right from the beginning, where everybody was just like, oh, I just want to trade. I just want to trade. And I mean, I suppose that's okay, you know, but for me, it's all about helping the people around me. What's the point if I'm okay during lockdown, but so-and-so is not okay? I mean, I have helped and heard of so many people during this lockdown that can't pay their rent, that can't put food on their table, but they won't look at MTI. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword for me. But what happened with this leadership bonus is that we wanted to create something that would incentivize leaders to help their downline. So this is how it works. I sign up Hannah and I sign up Bailey. Now I'm binary qualified because I've got one on my left leg, one on my right leg. As soon as I help Hannah to find 2 people, so that she is binary qualified, then I earn a share in this P1 leadership pool bonus. As soon as I help Bailey to find 2 people and she's now binary qualified, I earn another share. And I can earn as many shares as I like, regardless of where these people are placed in my binary, as long as I personally enrolled them. Now, the share is valued for 8 weeks. And what Johan does is he takes 2.5% of the previous week's profits and he divides it between all the shares. So if you've got 10 shares, then you will earn 10 parts of the 2.5% from the profits that were generated the previous week. Now, this is really exciting because your downline's winning because they're earning daily on the trades for which they have to do nothing. They're now binary qualified, and it's creating momentum in the organization for people not just to help their leadership, but to grow the binary, which has been great for us. But what I didn't like was the fact that there was no consistent component that would pay me indefinitely for being a good leader. And so we introduced the P2 leadership bonus. Now, how this works is I've got Hannah and Bailey. They're both binary qualified. What I want to do now is I want to help Hannah to earn the previous slide's P1 bonus. So she must take the 2 people that she signed up and she must help one of them to become binary qualified. And then she earns a share. When she helps the second person to become binary qualified, then she earns another share. Now, when she earns her first P1 share, I qualify for a P2 bonus. And the same with Bailey and everyone else that I've signed up. Now, the P2 bonus is generated from your downline's weaker leg. Now, I know this gets confusing, so I just like to simplify right down. There are a couple of steps you have to follow with MTI, and they're very simple. Step 1, sign up. Don't sign up with $100, sign up with $200. Make sure you're always qualified for all the income streams, and you will thank me in a couple of months when you've doubled $200 instead of $100. Second thing, find 2 people. Don't tell me you can't. Go and find 2 people. There are 7 billion people on this planet, 56 million people in South Africa, far more in other African continents and African countries, lots more in the United States, lots more in Asia. Go and find 2 of them, any 2 people. Get yourself binary qualified. And make sure that everybody that you bring in understands those 2 steps. Sign up, find 2. Sign up, find 2. It's that simple. If all of us are going to be doing that, which we've already improved our binary qualification rate significantly since last year, I think it was only 10%. We're well over 40, 50% now. You're looking at this leadership bonus pool just coming naturally. You don't even have to focus on the binary. You don't have to focus on anything if you just do those 2 things. Sign up, find 2, 3 things, and duplicate. It's a very, very simple system. So daily trading profit, just to bring it all together, automatically gets added to your capital every day. You don't have to draw it. You don't have to move it anywhere. It gets automatically added for you. You get a 10% referral fee once off, a week in arrears when you sign somebody up. And let's say that person in 2 weeks' time tops up their account with another $1,000. You will get 10% of that other $1,000 as well. So all new money, you get paid 10% of if you've personally referred the person. Leadership bonuses, P1 and P2, sign up, find 2, duplicate. It's a very simple process, and that bonuses will then come to you naturally. You don't have to stress about that. And then the binary income every single week. Remember, your percentage changes because the 20% income from the profits change. Your weaker leg volume changes. You need $200 invested, and you need to have 2 personal referrals to qualify for binary income. So this is a very simple system. It's not difficult to understand. I think people complicate it far more than it has to. But at the end of the day, it comes down to one thing. You decide how your story ends. You can watch this presentation and you can leave it halfway and carry on struggling financially. You can watch this presentation and see a leader that you don't like, which we've had, and you can ontneem is the word in Afrikaans. You can lose your opportunity to a wonderful income because of your personal preference or because you don't like somebody. You can leave this presentation because Bitcoin is a scam, which is ridiculous, but you have got a lot of options, and the decision you make tonight is going to determine how your story ends. And I think that in South Africa especially, but in the network marketing world altogether, we seem to attract people with a sense of entitlement. I'm not responsible for you. Your upline's not responsible for you. You are responsible for you. And something magical happens when people take control of their future. Something magical happens when you learn a new skill, when you start implementing it, and when you start reaping the rewards from giving this a true shot. So with that, I am going to, do you want to? Okay, Clinton's sitting here as well. With that, I want to introduce you guys to a special guy. His name is Clinton Marks. Clinton is one of the best network marketers I know. He is our top earner for MTI. He's got a team totaling in over 21,000 members. So of the 23,000 members in MTI, 21,000 are in his team. He is a recruiting extraordinaire. He is also driving me insane with his work ethic during lockdown. If I get invited to another Zoom call, I'm gonna cry. But I watch this man smash his goals, regardless of anyone's opinion, regardless of what I even think. And he's just moved from strength to strength. You've got to hear this guy's story. So give him a hand. My husband, our top earner, one of our founding members for MTI, Mr. Clinton Marks. Yes.
Hi everyone, once again it's great to be here. It's Clinton from South Africa. I'm just going to quickly tell you my story. The reason why I'm telling you this story is not to impress you, but to impress upon you what is possible. Because if I can do it, anyone can do it. So about just over 10 months ago, I joined the company, signed on 16 people. That 16 people is now, if I remember correctly, it's just over 21,000. I wake up every morning, probably 2, 3 o'clock, check my back office. It grows by 2, 3, 400 people a day. I didn't even know there's so many countries in the world. I mean, it's just educating me so much more than I was. And I just look forward to, meeting as many people as I can. And for me, it's no longer about the money, but it's about changing lives. Okay.
All right, so that then concludes our presentation for tonight. I suppose we could just move the laptop, which would probably be a lot more easier. That concludes our presentation for tonight. I hope that you guys got a little bit of insight. I'm sure that you learned something from TV, that you may have taken something away from the MLM part of the conversation. Remember that the MLM is completely optional, but your success is also optional. So you got to make some good decisions going on forward.